done with the lesson, I'll post it on the YouTube, and it will be on my Facebook. So if you are a Facebook fan, you can check it on Facebook, you can check it on YouTube, and then listen to it the more. So I'm continuing now on the enemies of the Christian. So we came to see that the first enemy of the Christian is your flesh, and how to overcome it is what I gave you. You have to recognize that you are dead, and you have to decide not to live for the flesh, and you have to live in the spirit. That will give you victory over the flesh. And also you have to put in view the hope that is to come to us as children of God, that one day very soon we are going to be transformed, and that also gives you victory over the flesh. We saw the second enemy of the Christian, which is the world. And I told you that when we talk about the world, we are not talking about the world that we are walking in and the things that we see, but we are talking about the cosmos, the system of the world, the system, the governing influence of the world, the system, the pattern of life, and the pattern of behavior, and the things that goes on in the world are all antichrist and anti-God system. These are the things that work against you as a Christian, as a child of God. And I showed you some things that when you sit behind your television set, everything that goes on, you see half-naked people, you see funny music, people saying funny things. Everything you hear, even the news you hear, are not things that are pleasant. The news you hear on the air support things that are ungodly, and many things goes on in the world. Even the world governing system are all planned toward things that are ungodly. So everything around us in the world is against your faith as a child of God. So the world is our enemy, and we saw from James chapter 4 how God says that friendship with the world is an enmity with God. We saw in 1 John where God says in chapter 2 that we should not love the world and the things that are in the world. So we saw the world as our enemy. So the second enemy of a child of God is the world. That is your second enemy. And now let me give you the victory keys, how to overcome your second enemy, the world. Let me give you the victory keys. Now, the first thing to help you overcome the world, or to help us, let me put it that way, because I'm part of it. I'm also fighting the world. So the first key to help us as Christians to overcome the world is in Romans chapter 12, verse number 2. I'm sure you've written it in your notebook. Romans chapter 12, verse 2 says that, I'm quoting it off head so that we beat time. Romans 12, verse 2 says that, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So, but before Paul was going to say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, he said, do not conform to this world. Do not conform. Conform means adapt or be molded in the box of the world. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So, which means if you want to overcome the enemy, the second enemy of the Christian, the world, then you have to renew your mind. Somebody is asking, how do I renew my mind? We renew our mind by the word of God. The renewing comes by information. So before you can be transformed, you have to be informed. And before you can receive the information, you have to check to see which information is coming to you. So before your life can be transformed to overcome the world, you have to renew your mind by the word of God. And the word of God that comes into you helps you to renew your mind and overcome the world. So your first key to overcome the world is to renew your mind. Is to renew your mind. The second key that helps you to overcome the world is to set your affections on things above. According to Colossians 3 verse 2. Colossians 3 verse 2 tells us to set our affections on things above. Why? Because Bible says that is where our citizenship comes from. So you are walking on this earth, but let me tell you something as a child of God. You are not from this earth. You are not from America. You are not from Africa. You are not from this world. You are from heaven. And you are making transit in this world. Like Jim Reeves, the old Christian gospel musician sang, said, this world is not my home. I'm just passing through. So this world is not our home. We are just passing through. So know that your citizenship is of God, is in heaven. And you have to set your affections on things above. Let your passion for God grow stronger. Let your passion to help the kingdom work grow stronger. The more you set your affections on things above, the more you denounce the passion and the lifestyle and the dressing style and the attitude of the world. Why? Because your affection is not for things below, but for the things above. So that is your second key. Colossians 3 verse 2 will tell you. So the third key for you to overcome the world is to know your position in the world. To know your position in the world. Somebody says, oh, what is the meaning of that? Means in Matthew chapter 5 verse number 13 to 15, Jesus said that, one, we are the light of this world, and he also said that we are the salt of this earth. So this is your position and place as a child of God. You are the light and you are the salt. Let me give you two definitions because I'm teaching. The light means you are the source of direction. So know that me or I as a Christian in this world, I'm not just to allow myself to be molded in the box of the world, but rather to stand out as a standard. So for you to overcome the world, I know that you are the light in the world to your co-workers, to your neighbors in the apartment complex, to the people in your neighborhood. You are a light, and a light gives direction. So people in your neighborhood and in your workplace should look